So next concept, direction cosines. What are direction cosines? The name itself, cos. In trigonometry you have a cos term. Vector in 3D, it is making an angle with x axis, y axis, z axis. Now exactly direction cosines are giving information about our vector, how it is with x axis, how it is with y axis, and how it is with z axis. See here. A bar, x axis, y axis, z axis. See vector, how it is with x axis, alpha angle. Vector, how it is with y axis, beta. Vector, how it is with z axis, gamma. Now our vector with x axis, it's having an angle of alpha. Our vector with y axis, it's having beta. Our vector with z axis, it's having an alpha, gamma. So here cosine of angles is giving information about the vector, how it is. See, right angle triangle. What is cos alpha? Adjacent side by hypotenuse. Now vector x component is ax, y component is ay, z component is az. Vector in 3D, it has three components. X component of a bar is ax, y component of a bar is ay, z component of a bar is az. I will write here. Our vector having three components, a bar is equal to ax I cap plus, ay j cap plus, az k cap, three components. Now cos alpha, adjacent side by hypotenuse, ax by a. What is ax now? A cos alpha, a cos alpha. Similarly, here same thing, right angle triangle again, this right angle triangle. Cos beta is equal to adjacent side by hypotenuse, cos beta, this triangle. Cos beta is equal to adjacent side by hypotenuse. Now ay by a. Now ay is equal to a cos beta. So x component is a cos alpha, y component is a cos beta. Similarly, z component is a cos gamma. After writing two values, we can write third one directly. Az is equal to a cos gamma. Now I will write here ax value a cos alpha, ay value a cos beta, az value a cos gamma. This is a bar. Now here alpha, cos beta, cos gamma. Cos alpha giving direction of vector with x axis. Cos beta is giving information about vector, how it is making angle with y axis. Cos gamma, how our vector is making an angle with z axis. So by taking the help of cos function in trigonometry, we are understanding how our vector is making an angle with x axis, angle with y axis, angle with z axis. So cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma, in this whole information are direction cosines. Once again, cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma, three are direction cosines. So what are direction cosines here? Cos alpha is a direction cosine, cos beta direction cosine, cos gamma also direction cosine. L, M, N giving symbol. L is cos alpha, M is cos beta, N is cos gamma. So L, M, N three are direction cosines according to this concept. Just simplifying again, L, M, and n are direction cosines. In short form we can write as DCs. Now L square plus m square plus n square is equal to how much? Cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma. Cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma. What is the value of this L square plus m square plus n square? That is nothing but of cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma. Just now we have calculated cos alpha. What is cos alpha? Ax by a. What is the cos beta? Ay by a. What is cos gamma? A z by a. Now a square denominator common, numerator ax square plus ay square plus az square. Now what is our vector? A bar is equal to ax I cap plus ay j cap plus az k cap. What is mod a bar? Mod a bar is under root of I cap coefficient whole square, j cap coefficient whole square, k cap coefficient whole square. Mod a bar is a, squaring on both sides, ax square plus ay square plus az square. Now ax square plus ay square plus az square is a square. Now numerator also a square, denominator also a square. Now a square in the denominator and numerator cancel. Now our answer is 1. Here squares of direction cosines sum is 1. Cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma is 1. So I will write here the final answer, L square plus m square plus n square is equal to 1, or otherwise cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma value is 1. Now simple, one more result I will derive from this. Cos square alpha 1 minus sin square alpha, cos square beta 1 minus sin square beta, cos square gamma 1 minus sin square gamma is equal to 1. See here, 1 cancel. Now 1 plus 1 2, minus sin square alpha take right side, minus sin square beta take right side, minus sin square gamma also he took it into right side. Now 2 is equal to sin square alpha plus sin square beta plus sin square gamma. So here the two results we will use in numericals. In physics, when you are solving some problems, we are going to use cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma 1 is equal to 1 value, we will use it. Some other times we will use sin square alpha plus sin square beta plus sin square gamma is equal to also we will use. Now final conclusion depending on these direction cosines. What are direction cosines? So in trigonometry, cos function we are using to understand how our vector is making angle with x axis, how our vector making an angle with y axis, how our vector is making an angle with z axis. Overall direction cosines are L, M, N. Those are nothing but of cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma. See, I will give you one example depending on this direction cosine. Example. What is that example? A vector having magnitude two, vector magnitude 2. Next, vector is making angle with x axis is 45 degrees. Same thing, vector is making an angle with y axis is 60 degrees. Now our vector, something I don't know about it. Vector making an angle with x-axis is given as 45. Vector is making an angle with y-axis 60 degrees, and the magnitude or value of the vector is given too. Now what they want? They are asking to calculate, find the value of that vector. Find the vector. So they are asking to calculate vector value. How we can solve that? See, with x-axis I know the angle, that is alpha. With y-axis I know the angle, that is a beta. Alpha, beta, I know that. Can I calculate gamma? Yes, we can calculate. What is the result? Cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma is equal to 1. Just now we proved this result. Alpha value 45, cos 45, cos square 45, cos square 60, cos square gamma is equal to 1. What is the cos 45? 1 by root 2. 1 by root 2 whole square is 1 by 2. Cos 60 value. Cos 60 value 1 by 2. 1 by 2 whole square is 1 by 4. Plus cos square gamma is equal to 1. Now 1 by 2 plus 1 by 4, can I take that side? Now cos square gamma is equal to 1 minus 1 by 2 minus 1 by 4. What is the value of this? LCM 4. Here 4. Minus 2 minus 1. So what is the answer now? 1 by 4. Here cos square gamma 1 by 4. Now what about cos gamma? Cos gamma is 1 by 2. Here after making simple calculation LCM 4, here 4, here 2, it's a 1. Now I got the value of 1 by 4. Here square is there. Cos gamma is 1 by 2. What is the gamma value? Gamma value 30 degrees, sorry 60. Cos value 1 by 2, it's a gamma 60. Now we should calculate vector. How can you calculate vector? Now A bar is equal to AX I cap, AY J cap, AZ K cap. What is the AX? Previously we calculated AX is A cos alpha. AX is A cos alpha. What is the value of A? 2. Value of A is 2. AX value A cos alpha, AY value A cos beta, AZ value A cos gamma. Here I forgot to write I cap here. A value 2. Cos alpha. What is the cos alpha value? Alpha value 45. Cos 45. Cos 45 1 by root 2 I cap. Cos 60. Cos 60 value how much? So cos 60. Cos 60 1 by 2. What is the value of cos 60? Cos 60 is 1 by 2. 2 into 1 by 2. Now J cap plus what is gamma? Cos gamma is 1 by 2 into K cap. Now finally root 2 I cap plus J cap plus 1 by 2 K cap. So they given vector magnitude 2 and they given vector making an angle with x axis 45, vector making an angle with y axis 60. Now we have to calculate A bar vector. So I know the A bar AX I cap plus AY J cap plus AZ K cap. What is the AX value? A cos alpha. What is the AY value? A cos beta. What is the AZ value? A cos gamma. Now here A value given in the problem 2. Cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma values already I know that. So after substitution I got the final answer as our vector is root 2 I cap plus J cap plus 1 by 2 K cap. So this is the one of the example to understand how we are going to use direction cosines in our concept. See here next one, addition of a vectors already we started yesterday. How we have to add two vectors? When head of the first vector joined with tail of the another vector, that is the addition of two vectors. Now if yesterday already we have seen those points, head of the first vector, tail of the second vector. This is the process of addition of two vectors. Here angle between two vectors, how much? Same thing. Two tails you should join when you want to calculate angle between the two vectors. Can I displace this vector to here? It's as it is. Can I displace here? Parallel shifting of a vector, two tails, angle 0. When the angle between two vectors is 0 or otherwise 180, directly we can add the vector, there is no problem. Now the problem is when the angle between the vectors is not 0 and 180, then there is a problem how to add the two vectors. That is a problem here now. To resolve this, we have introduced it into different laws. First one is triangle law of vectors. Already I told you, when we should use triangle law of vectors, angle between the two vectors other than 0 and 180, to add the two vectors, we will apply these laws. First one, triangle law of vectors. Next one, parallelogram law of vectors. We will see one by one. First one, triangle law of vectors. See, these laws are very important and these are very used in different numericals. Triangle law of vectors. This is used for addition of the vectors. When we want to add two vectors, angle between the two vectors other than 0 and 180, we will use this law. Now, what is triangle law of vectors? See, A bar, B bar, I am doing addition. Then what I have to do it? Head of the first vector should join with tail of the second vector. That's the process of addition of two vectors that you know very well. A bar and B bar now we are adding because head connected with the tail. According to triangle law, see, A bar, B bar are two sides of a triangle. Now the resultant is closing side of the triangle. This is R bar. A bar, B bar, two sides of triangle and the closing side is the resultant. What is the resultant? A bar plus B bar we are adding here. Addition of two vectors here. Once again I will give you the statement. A bar, B bar are two vectors. These two vectors are representing two sides of a triangle. Now the resultant of A bar and B bar is closing side of a triangle. See here, A bar, B bar, these are in this direction. A bar, B bar, these are moving in this direction. Resultant is coming opposite direction. So individual vectors which are you are going to add, those are moving in one direction. Resultant is going in another direction. So here this law is very useful in physics. I will show it how it is very useful in physics. I think you got the clarity of statement of triangle law of vectors. Once again I am giving the statement of triangle law of vectors. If angle between the two vectors other than 0 and 180, to add the two vectors we are using triangle law of vectors. What is exactly the statement of triangle law of vectors? A bar, B bar, two sides of triangle. These two moving in one direction. Closing side of triangle is the resultant. That resultant is nothing but of A bar plus B bar. That is the statement of addition of two vectors by using triangle law of vectors. We will see some examples. See, initially particle at a point A. Position vector of point A is R1 bar. Now particle is travelled from A point to B point. Particle moved from A point to B point. Now what is the final position vector of particle? R2 bar. Can I call R A bar? A is first point, B is the last point. R A bar is the position vector of the particle when it is at position A. R B bar is the position vector of the particle when it is at position B. So RA bar and RB bar as position vectors of the point A and point B. Actually particle has moved from A point to B point. Now we should calculate AB. How to calculate AB? Now I will write here RA bar position vector of point A. What is RB bar? Position vector of point B. Here, can you see that like a triangle? RA bar, this is AB bar. AB bar, A to B vector. Once again, A to B vector is moving AB bar. Suppose vector moving from B to A, BA bar. Now, these two representing two sides of triangle, closing side is RB bar. See, these two are moving in one direction. This is moving in another direction. What is triangle law vectors? These two are representing two sides of triangle. Third side is a closing side, that is a RB bar. Now I am applying this law. What is that law? RA bar plus head connected with the tail. When head connected with the tail, that's the process of addition. RA bar plus RB bar, RA bar plus AB bar is equal to RB bar. Now AB bar is equal to RB bar minus RA bar. So A to B particle was travelled. A to B particle was travelled. Now displacement of the particle when it is moving from A point to B point is AB bar. That we can calculate by using a formula RB bar minus RA bar. So this is the displacement vector of a particle when it is moving from A point to B point. So shall we discuss one more point or one more question depending on this position vector, or by using triangle law vectors how we are going to solve the numericals. We will see one more example. You got the better clarity. One more example. One more example. See, particle initially at a point A. Where is the position of a particle? RA bar. Position of a particle RA bar at t equal to 0. Let this is 2 comma 1 comma minus 3. 2 comma 1 comma minus 3. Now particle travelled from A to B point. Particle travelled from A to B point. What is the final position vector of the particle? RB bar. Now the final position is 5, 1 plus 3. Now they are asking to calculate displacement of particle from A to B. Initially particle at a point A, now it was displaced from point A to B. Now the final position vector of point B is RB bar. Now they are asking to calculate displacement of the particle when it is moving from A point to B point. So AB bar they are asking. Find AB bar. What is the AB bar? Displacement of the particle. They are asking to calculate displacement of the particle. Now see here, it's looking like a triangle. Yes, it's looking like a triangle. RA bar head, AB bar tail. Head connected to tail we are adding. This vector representing two sides of triangle. Now this is resultant is closing side of a triangle. Now here I will write RA bar plus AB bar is equal to RB bar closing side. Now we should calculate AB bar. What is the AB bar? RB bar minus RA bar. To calculate displacement of the particle from point A to point B, that is the AB bar. What is the final result? RB bar minus RA bar. Now how to calculate RA bar and RB bar? See, RA bar 2 along x axis, 1 along j axis, y axis, minus 3 along z axis, 2 along x axis, 1 along z axis, minus 3 along z axis. Now RB bar, 5 along x axis, 1 along z axis, 3 along z axis. Now RB bar, RA bar, we know the values. Can we substitute there? Yes, we can substitute there. RB bar 5 I cap plus j cap plus 3 k cap minus 2I plus j minus 3 k cap, 5 minus 2, 3I cap, plus j minus j 0, minus of minus plus, plus 6k cap. So displacement of the particle AB bar, that is 3I cap plus 6k cap. What's the magnitude of displacement? Under root of I cap coefficient whole square plus k cap coefficient whole square. What is that? Under root of 45. I think you understood how we are going to use triangle law vectors in our physics. Displacement of the particle we will calculate by using triangle law vectors. Now I will give you the point once again. Initially particle at a point A, now it was displaced from point A to point B. Displacement of the particle AB bar, because when it is moving from A to B, AB bar, when it is moving from B to A, BA bar. Initial position vector of the particle RA bar 2, 1, minus 3, 2 along x direction, 1 along y axis direction, minus 3 along z axis direction. Similarly, position vector of B point 5I cap, 1j cap, 3k cap. So substituted finally in our result, and finally we got the answer 3I cap plus 6k cap as displacement of the particle. Now the magnitude of the displacement is under root 45. Parallelogram law of vectors. Like parallelogram law of vectors. Just now we have completed triangle law vectors. That is how we are using in physics. Already we discussed, we are using to calculate displacement. Not only displacement, in different points we will use that triangle law vectors. Parallelogram law vectors is also used to add the vectors. Here also angle between the two vectors other than 0 and 180. Here also we are using parallelogram law vectors. Already triangle law vectors there, why you are going for again parallelogram law vectors? In parallelogram law vectors and triangle law vectors there is a small difference. Triangle law vectors is giving resultant vector of A bar and B bar. Here we are getting magnitude of resultant of A bar and B bar. That is only difference. There we are getting triangle law resultant vector of two vectors. Here we are getting magnitude of resultant of two vectors we are getting. It's a more useful in our physics. So many places, not only one single place. Most of the times in our physics we will use these parallelogram law vectors. Take care, it's just too important in all the kind of examinations. See, parallelogram as per the name. Parallelogram. See, A bar, one side of parallelogram. A bar, tail, head. One more side of the parallelogram, B bar. A bar, B bar, two sides of parallelogram. Now, how to find angle between two vectors? Two vectors, tails join them. Now here there is a difference of angle, that is theta. A bar vector, B bar vector, tails joined together. Now there is a separation, that is now angle between the two vectors. Where is the resultant of A bar and B bar now? Diagonal. This is resultant of A bar and B bar. Previously, A bar, B bar representing two sides of triangle. Closing side is the resultant. Now in the case of parallelogram law vectors, two sides of parallelogram representing two vectors and these two are having some angle theta. Now the resultant of A bar and B bar is diagonal of parallelogram. A bar, B bar, resultant is R bar. Now R bar is equal to A bar plus B bar. Statement is too important for us. A bar, B bar are two sides of parallelogram and they are having a angular separation of theta. Now the resultant is diagonal, that is A bar plus B bar. Now we have to calculate magnitude of R bar. That is the importance of parallelogram law vectors. How to find magnitude of R bar? We will use it. Now, same diagram I will write here. B bar, A bar, angle theta. A bar, B bar, angle theta. Now this is the resultant. R. R. See. B bar can be shifted to here. That's called parallel shifting. B bar here to here I am shifting here. It's a B bar. Just dotted line. This is theta, this also theta. Now it is also dotted line. Right angle triangle. B theta. What is the cos theta? Let it be, this is x, this is a y. Cos theta is equal to adjacent side by hypotenuse. What is the x? B cos theta. Theta opposite y. Now sin theta is equal to opposite by hypotenuse, y by b. What is y? B sin theta. So here I did parallel shifting of B bar. This B bar I shifted to here. Now B bar, now theta, this also theta. Theta adjacent, B cos theta. Theta opposite, B sin theta. Now see, A length A, this is x. What about this? A plus x. What is x? B cos theta. A plus B cos theta. Length of this is A. Length of this is x. What is the total length of the base? A plus B cos theta. What about this? Y. Y is B sin theta. Now what about this length? R. Length I am telling, I am not telling vector. Length of this is R. Length of this is A plus x. Length of this is Y. Y nothing but of B sin theta. Now see this. Right angle triangle. Side square plus side square is equal to hypotenuse square. Once again, side square plus side square is equal to hypotenuse square. Pythagoras law. See, R square is hypotenuse square. A plus B cos theta whole square plus B sin theta whole square. Now, A plus B cos theta whole square like A plus B whole square. A square B square cos square theta plus 2AB cos theta plus B square sin square theta. A square, see here B square cos square theta, B square sin square theta. Can I common B square? Now after taking common of B square, cos square theta left over here, sin square theta left over here. Now remaining term in this equation is 2AB cos theta. A square plus cos square theta plus sin square theta in trigonometry is identity rule. It's the value 1. Now B square plus 2AB cos theta. This is the R square. What is the R value? Under root of A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. Now, according to parallelogram law vectors, two sides of parallelogram representing two vectors. Now the resultant is the diagonal. Now this resultant vector magnitude we can calculate. How much? Under root of A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. It's a very important. Please take care of this. In all the examinations, even it's the IP, MSET, mains, advance, in all the possible cases we will use this concept. I am not telling directly, they will ask you the question depending on this point. This concept we are using when you are going to solve the question. Understood my point? Today what we discussed? Overall there is a conclusion. Now today we started with multiplication of a vector with a scalar. If you multiply any vector with a scalar, length of the vector will change, but its direction won't change. Next one, we gone through direction cosines. Vector, how it is making angle with x axis, y axis and z axis. Those are called direction cosines. Cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma are direction cosines. Those are represented by L comma M comma N. And finally we got two results, cos square alpha plus, cos square beta plus, cos square gamma as 1. And one more result, sin square alpha plus, sin square beta plus, sin square gamma as 1. One more, we gone through triangle law and parallelogram law. According to triangle law, two sides of triangle representing two vectors, closing side of triangle is resultant, that is r bar equal to a bar plus b bar. Even though triangle law vector there, why we went for parallelogram? To calculate magnitude of the resultant, we went to parallelogram law vectors. Simple geometry we used, Pythagoras law we used. By taking the help of Pythagoras law, finally our result is magnitude of resultant of a bar and b bar is under root of a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta. So next session we will continue applications of parallelogram law vectors. Thank you. Hello students, welcome to All4s e-learning. So today we are going to discuss multiplication of a vector with a scalar. What is the meaning of scalar? Scalar is a number. If you multiply a vector with a number, how or what will happen here? A bar is a vector, ax I cap plus ay j cap plus az k cap. If a bar multiplied with a scalar, let it be 3 a bar, 3 into a bar value ax I cap plus ay j cap plus az k cap. Now 3 into ax plus 3 into ay j cap plus 3 into az k cap. Simple. Here what we did here, a bar, because of a bar multiplied with a scalar, that scalar is here 3. A bar will become 3 times. Here length is here, this one, a bar length is this. Suppose this length is some x, it will become 3x. Multiplication of vector with a scalar, due to that reason direction won't change, only length of the vector will change. Already I have given one example, a bar is equal to ax I cap plus ay j cap plus az k cap. If you multiply vector with a scalar, what I did here, 3 into vector a bar I substituted, 3 into ax I cap, 3 into ay j cap, 3 into az k cap. Suppose one example, b bar is equal to 2 I cap minus j cap plus 5 k cap. Find 5 b bar. What is the value of 5 b bar? Multiply vector with 5. See, 5 into 2, 10 I cap. 5 into 1, minus 5 j cap. 5 into 5, 25 k cap. So here when a vector multiplied with a number or vector multiplied with a scalar, in this way it will changes. Remember this point, length of the vector will be changed but direction remains fixed. That the point you should remember here. One more example, a bar is equal to 3 I cap plus 4 j cap minus k cap. B bar is equal to 2 I cap plus j cap minus 4k cap. Find 2a bar plus 3b bar. I am asking to calculate find 2a bar plus 3b bar. First 2a bar. A bar multiplied with 2. 2 into 3, 6. 2 into 4, 8. 2 into minus 1, minus 2. Next 3b bar. B bar multiplied with 3. 3b bar. 3 into 2, 6. 3 into 1, 3. 3 into 4, minus 12k cap. Now we have to add this 2a bar and 3b bar. Therefore, 2a bar plus 3b bar is equal to 6i cap plus 6i cap, 12i cap plus 8j cap plus 3j cap, 11j cap, minus 2 minus 12 minus 14k cap. Simple. A bar, B bar given in the question. Now they are asking me to calculate 2a bar plus 3b bar. A bar multiplied with 2, B bar multiplied with 3, and both the equations I have taken addition. Now final answer 6 plus 6 12, 8 plus 3 11, minus 2 minus 12 it's a minus 14. So in this way we should do multiplication of vector with a scalar. Now see one more example. If P bar is equal to I cap plus j cap plus k cap, Q bar is equal to 6i cap minus 2j cap plus 3k cap. 3k cap. So P bar and Q bar given in the question. Now they are asking find unit vector of P bar plus Q bar. First we should find P bar plus Q bar, then after that we should calculate unit vector of P bar plus Q bar. Now let me calculate first P bar plus Q bar. P bar plus Q bar. See these two we should add. I cap, 6i cap, 7i cap plus j minus 2j minus j, k cap plus 3k cap plus 4k cap. Now unit vector of P bar plus Q bar we should calculate. Now P bar plus Q bar can I take as R bar? Now R bar nothing but of P bar plus Q bar. Now we know that how to calculate unit vector of a vector. Now R cap is the unit vector of R bar. R bar nothing but of P bar plus Q bar. What is the definition of unit vector? Unit vector is R bar by mod R bar. What is the R bar? 7 I cap minus j cap plus 4k cap. Denominator magnitude of R bar we should calculate. How to calculate magnitude of a vector? Under root of I cap coefficient whole square, 7 square is 49, plus j cap coefficient whole square, minus 1 whole square, it's a 1, plus k cap coefficient whole square, that is a 16. Now denominator 7 I cap minus j cap plus 4k cap divided with 49 plus 1 50, 50 plus 16 under root 66. So here we did 2. What is that? P bar Q bar given in the question. They are asking us to calculate unit vector of P bar plus Q bar. P bar plus Q bar we have taken as a vector R bar. Now R bar is 7i minus j plus 4k. What is the unit vector of r bar? R bar by mod r bar. R bar directly I wrote here. How to find magnitude of a vector? Under root of I cap coefficient whole square plus j cap coefficient whole square plus k cap coefficient whole square. The final answer is 7 I cap minus j cap plus 4 k cap by under root 66. In this way, we should calculate some of the question depending on vector addition.